What's going on, guys? JD with JD's Wraps. Got another video here. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of having music or do a voiceover, I'm just going to kind of take you through the car live and show you some things so you can kind of just see it from my perspective as it's happening. Pretty cool project this week. As you can see, we have an extremely vibrant wrap. This one is 3M Lucid Yellow, and then we also did some gloss black accents, which I'll kind of take you in and show you. A lot of people don't like 3M. You know, if you go on the forums, it's kind of starting to get a bad rap, which, you know, there's a couple reasons why I can see that, but one of the things that's special about 3M, their gloss film, is that it has a cap sheet over top that you can actually install the film and keep the cap sheet on. So you do all your squeegeeing and everything like that, you peel off the cap sheet and the film has 0 scratches. So that's a major benefit when installing gloss, because as you can imagine, you know, depending on the film, sometimes you get a lot of scratches that don't really go away. So 3M offers the installable cap sheet, and it's really nice. You know, a lot of people complain about the orange peel, which is kind of like the texture that the film has. But as you'll see, I'm going to take you in close. Once you pull the car outside, you don't really see the orange peel, and it looks like a really pretty clean surface. So project went really well. Happy with the result. You know, 3M's a relatively easy film to use, so there wasn't really any hiccups. For those of you who care, this is a Model Y performance. So this one comes with a spoiler and some other kind of things with the red calipers and whatnot. So this is kind of the GT. This is the Z06 version of the Tesla. I know I'm going to get comments for that, but yeah, this is one of the nicer ones. So it's always cool to wrap one of these. But other than, yeah, not really too much to report. I've got a Model 3 coming up next week, so whenever I get one, it's always kind of like a debate of whether to finish the video that we started with the part 1 on the inlay, and I think I'm gonna try to finish it this time, just so I want to get that out there and kind of show it to you guys. But that'll be the next thing that's coming up. And then the other new thing about the channel is we're going to start doing tip of the day, probably one a week or so on average. And these are just going to be things that, you know, while I'm in the process of doing a wrap that I think of that will benefit you guys, I will just kind of throw it on there, and it's going to be as a short, so it'll be quick and to the point. So I hope those things help as well. As usual, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay on top of anything that gets posted. And if you have any questions, I'm an open book. Love to help out, love to contribute if possible. So if you're stuck on something or you have questions on Teslas or anything like that, make sure to reach out to me and I'll do my best to help. Otherwise, let's kind of take a look a little deeper. All right, so we talked about the orange peel. Let's get in close here on the hood. You can really see that this is kind of where the sun is shining. You don't see the orange peel. Now, I'm not going to say that this is as clean as a Nosotec, because if you do get up real close to it, you can see some texture in the reflection isn't as clear as a Nosotec or, you know, Tech Wrap, for example. But I mean, to be honest, I would much rather install a film that has a long track record of no issues versus, you know, taking a risk with something that's been known to fade very quickly and have a number of other issues. So let's take a look at the bumper. Customer requested a kind of like a custom inlay pattern. So we did it with gloss black. I think it came out pretty sharp. You know, all of this is freehand, so it's, you know, laying knifeless tape across a long distance and getting it clean to the eye is a challenge. It's something that you kind of get used to, but I think it did a really good job, and I'm happy with how that came out. I think it adds something to the car. You'll also see here now from a distance we wrapped the pillar, which is the A pillar here. We did this in gloss black. Take a look at the detail work here. There's some bad paint on this corner, so that's not a wrinkle. And we also did the mirrors as well. So you can see you still get some reflective activity, but you know, it does have a little bit of orange peel, but I think still looks really good. So the way that these work usually on the pillars, you have the option to either wrap this little portion here, where you go in about 1 inch to follow it up. In my opinion, and I found just over time, I think this looks a little better than when you wrap that black, because that black kind of makes it look a little funky up front. Now in back, you kind of have to throw this on there or else it looks really weird. So what you do on the back is you kind of try to follow the edge of this kind of chrome and then naturally run it up and finish. So all that together kind of gives you what they call a pillar delete, and it's just a nice look. Customer elected to go with the Tesla letters, which is a really cool option. I have it on my car, and he wanted them in the lower position, so we threw those probably about 1.5 inches from the bottom. It came out really, really sick. This was a white car, so for the white car or the red car, I do wrap the entire trunk, and what I mean by that is this whole luggage strip area in here gets wrapped. I did do it in 2 pieces. I wrap this interior piece first, and then this piece second. It's just dirt that's in there now, but you can see it comes out really clean. And I run the seam a little bit ahead of the body line, so I don't have issues with laying the knifeless tape, and it still really just kind of disappears in there. So super sick, super clean. Really looks like it's painted. On white cars, this is how far I go in. White and red. If it's black or gray, I'll just cut on the edge of the trunk usually. I'll lay knifeless tape on the edge of that weld. Very sharp. I was really happy with my details on this one, not to kind of toot my own horn or anything like that, but I was really happy with how everything came out. I've been using 3M a lot lately, and I'm just getting it kind of just dialed in. This is how far I go in on every single color, probably about 1 inch. And the idea there is that when you look in here, you're only seeing the wrap color. Take a look in here. Nice and clean. I'll show you something that no one ever shows you here. So on a white car, I've been running knifeless on this back edge because let's just speak for myself, I have trouble getting this cut as clean as I want to get it. So I've been running knifeless on that back edge, and it comes out really, really nice when you do it that way. Let's go ahead and pop the trunk, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like in the fender area. Car was coated this morning. For those of you wondering, we used Car Pro skin. So you see just under the front here, wrapped in enough to hide the original color. On a white car, you will need to wrap in about 1/2 inch or so. And let's look at this fender area. Nice and clean the whole way up. There's some pitting on the front bumpers, so that's not debris or anything like that. The bumper has some pretty significant rock chips. I'll show you what this looks like. I always usually just cut on the underside, so you just get a nice clean line. Some people elect to go in and wrap deeper here. I don't really see a reason to. Nice and clean cuts. That's pretty much it. Just wanted to kind of share this with you guys. I think I've got a time lapse on the channel already with this color, so I figured it didn't make sense to record another one. But yeah, pretty sick. Major transformation. This was a white Model 3 before. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, let me know if you have any questions.